Hello and welcome to the Infowar.co post tutorial. Here is Infowar.co and I want to syndicate an article from this website, eutimes.net. The article is "Birds and Fish Are Now Dying All Around the World." So how do we do this? I'll show you. First thing, you need to create an account by clicking register. If you already have an account, you can sign in. I already have an account, so we'll skip this step. It's pretty straightforward. You'll see here if you click register, you type in a username and email, and a password will be emailed to you. Done. Now, you can also sign in by going to infowar.co/wp-admin. Enter. Now this area will prompt you for a password if you're not logged in. If you're already logged in, you will see the dashboard. So we're going to sign in. There we go. Alright, once you're in the dashboard, to create a new article, they're called posts on WordPress. So you go to post, add new. And what I'm going to do first is get the article name. Now you can keep the same article name, or you can change a little bit of the information. And I'm just going to call it Chemical Weapons Cover-Up, ? Add some mystique to it. It's good to keep the article names kind of short, because as you'll see once we post it in the slider, it jumps into a second, third line, kind of looks a little ugly, so try to keep your article names short for the most part. Now, before we continue, let's create some categories. You'll see we have a bunch here, so just click the ones that you feel your article falls under. There's no limit. You can have 20 categories for one article, and whenever someone pulls up that category, your article will be in that category. That's how it works. If you do not feel like you fit into one of these, you can type the name here, and you can make it a main category or a parent category underneath another one category, and then add a new category. That's it. So this is going to be under, let's say, animal cruelty, if this is a chemical weapon. Featured article. This will make it appear in the slider on the front page. And then the 3 articles next to the slider are anything under government corruption. So what we'll put is cover-up. We will put eugenics because of chemtrails. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to cite our source. How you do this is getting the URL, selecting it, Control-C to copy it, and then we're going to go, this is EU Times, so we're going to go parentheses, EU Times, close, and then we're going to go backspace, and then select holding Shift, and then we're going to click on this little chain link here. Now you want to Control V to paste the URL of where you got your article, and then target, you're going to open it in a new window because you don't want to redirect people away from your article. Inserts. And there you go, you'll see it's hyperlinked between the parentheses. That just looks nice and neat, and then you can go ahead and start to copy. If you want to put an editor's note, you can do it before the parentheses if you like. Now you don't want to, you see here it's going to select the image. You don't want to bring images in like that. We'll do that next. Just get the text. And we're going to go into the HTML tab to clean out that text of any code. We don't want rogue code in our website. Thank you. Continue where you left off. See how it doesn't select the picture at that point. Hit Control-C, Control-V, and then go over to the Visual tab. There you go. Add some spaces where you need them. For quotes, you can click on the nifty quote button, and then you'll see what it does once we preview. This is part of it, and add a space here. Now we want a picture to show up. over the article and in the slider or the little thumbnail button next to the article on the front page. So how we do this is you want it to be no smaller than 600 pixels wide, or else it just doesn't look right on the site. And you want it to be with an aspect ratio of like 600 by, let's say, 400, so that's a nice rectangular shape. It can be longer, but then portions below that will be cut off on the slider, and then it squares out a crop in the thumbnail, so that's something to keep in mind. This is a bit too small, so what we're going to do is we're going to look for chemtrail on Google and click on images and click on large. You can also go larger than and say 600 by 40. This is a nice picture. 1800 by 1200. It's a little big. You can always go into Photoshop and mess with it. 640 by 480. That does the trick. Click on that. View full size image. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to right click, save as. Chemtrail 1, good. We're going to click on this little button right here, add an image. Select file, chemtrails 1. It's crunching it, and it will expand. At this point you scroll down here, and you're going to insert into post. Now the image is always going to show up at the top of the article, but you also want to have it at the bottom of the article, as you'll see on some of the other articles. The reason for that is that this image right here inside of the post is going to be indexed and put into the thumbnail image on Facebook. If you see our Facebook page, it looks nice and neat with the thumbnail and then the article next to it, and you can click on it to continue. If you don't insert it into the post, it won't show up twice, and it will not show up at all on Facebook. So that's something to keep in mind. If you want to paste a video, you go to youtube.com and you get the embed code, and you would paste it right here in this area. Everything else you can leave alone. Click preview. So you see, there you go, our nice large image, and then underneath that, our article. You will see our quote area has the nice quotation marks next to it, and it's a little bolder to give a nice touch. Your article and your image below. Looks good to me, so we're going to go ahead and close the preview and publish the post. And your article will now be on the featured area as well as the government corruption area. Now the first time you go to view it, you might get a broken link here or here. The reason for that is it's still creating your thumbnails and reduced size images for the formatting. So you can go ahead and click Control R to refresh the page. And there you will see it's no longer a broken link. And we have a short title to the article, so that way it doesn't drag on. As you can see, some of these are longer. If all of them took up only 2 lines here, this little black bar would be a little shorter, but what can you do sometimes, you know? So we're going to go ahead and click on our article and see how it looks. It should look just like the preview. And yes, it does. It looks great. And you will notice on our little Facebook widget that you will have a thumbnail next to the information, and it publishes automatically. So that's how you post on Infowar.co. Thank you very much, and start posting. Take care.